And now we are seeing a picture that unfolded precisely in Azerbaijan, where kamikaze drones, small and inexpensive machines, were first and massively used. They attack the enemy's defensive infrastructure from above, and therefore all these trenches, caponiers, dugouts, and so on are not some kind of hindrance, but on the contrary emphasize the counter of target. In fact, all the fortifications that have been created on the front line are the text of the verdict for the defending side. Caponiers with tanks, electronic warfare, and air defense vehicles, which are protected from means of destruction in a horizontal war, but are absolutely useless for a war of this type, look especially fun. Everything that was dug and concreted became just a burial ground for equipment and personnel. All this suggests that today the army, which is designed to conduct flat warfare, simply has no chance against a new method of armed confrontation. Not only the enemy is not getting losses in manpower and expensive equipment, but it also gets time for which he remotely grinds the forces of his opponent. As we noted earlier, the Azerbaijani side in principle does not need a blitzkrieg, and everyone who spoke about it remained in the paradigm of a surface war. In this case, the enemy standing in defensive formations is an ideal target for consistent destruction. This was exactly so, systematically, since the Azerbaijanis acted according to the plan and in accordance with the descending ranking of targets: air defense, armored vehicles, logistics, personnel. Drones are capable of destroying almost the entire grouping both by direct impact and indirectly, through depriving enemy troops of supplies. The enemy will simply lose combat effectiveness without the supply of food and ammunition, and realizing that the evacuation of the wounded to the rare hospitals has also become impossible. At the same time, the owner of the grouping of drones has nowhere to rush at all, since the enemy was surrounded only not from the right, or the left, or from the rear, but from above. That is why there is no point to talk about a blitzkrieg. In this case, the very question that arose before the American naval sailors about battleship arises: why are they needed? So here too, expensive and large equipment on the fields of such a battle becomes a primary and very convenient target. Let's take a tank, any of them. We type its name into a search bar and get a description in which its main purpose is written: to provide maneuverable firepower in all types of battles, mainly offensive, and then we look at his performance characteristics, where his armor protection in the front and side projections, engine power and speed, gun caliber, firing range and number of shots will be indicated. But as we can see, the drone, unlike the usual means of destruction, is indifferent to whether the tank is standing or moving, and if it's moving, then at what speed. It does not care how much and what kind of armor has been heaped up from the front and from the sides of the tank. It will strike from above, where the tank in principle cannot be adequately protected, without completely changing the concept of heavy combat vehicle.